let me walk in the field. He said, no, you got to walk into town. But I said, there are no flowers there. He said, there are no flowers. There's a crown. But I said, the air is thick and there's nothing but noise and din. But he wept as he led me back. He said, there is more, there is sin. But I said, the sky is thick and the fog is letting the sun. He said, but souls are sick and they walk in the darkness undone. But I said, I'll miss the flowers. And my friends will miss me, they say. He said, my child, choose tonight if I'm to miss you or they. I begged for more time to be given. He said, my child, is it hard to decide? It will not seem hard in heaven to follow the steps of thy guide. So I took one look at the fields and cast my eye toward the town. He said, my child, won't you yield and exchange your flowers for a crown? So into his hand went mine, into my heart came he. I walk in a light divine in a path I once dreaded to see. This is a very sacred spot to me. I'm walking down Michigan Avenue, right in front of the Chicago Hilton Hotel. At one time it was called the Conrad Hilton Hotel. About 30 years ago, a young preacher had just been pastor of First Baptist Church in Hammond for a few months. On a Thursday night, a wealthy man came to him and said to this preacher, when I was only 33 years of age, he said, Pastor, we're tired of the bus kids. I represent the affluent people in the church. I represent the wealthy people. We've come to tell you that you have a decision to make. You've got to choose between us or the bus kids. You see, we're tired of what they're doing to our buildings. We're tired of putting up with those little bus kids. You've got to make a choice. Hey, Pastor, it's Thursday night. By Saturday, you'll have to make a choice. You'll have to choose between us or the bus kids. I went home. Of course, I couldn't sleep. All I could think about was the choice that I had to make. I didn't want to have any trouble. I didn't want to have a church split. To be quite frank with you, I did not want to lose those wealthy people. But one of the main reasons I came to the city of Chicago was for the bus kids, the common people, the poor people. And I had a decision to make. I tried to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I got in the car in the wee hours of the morning and began to drive. I drove down Indiana Street, Michigan Street, Division Street, Armitage Street, Halstead Street, and other streets in Chicago. I saw those apartments that are side by side, not enough room to get your hand in between the apartment buildings. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And I said, oh God, what will I choose? The rich people or the bus kids? I don't want to lose the bus kids, but I don't want to lose the rich people either. They say I have a choice to make. Finally, after driving over much of Chicago, I came to the very spot where I'm standing right now. Somewhere about in here where I'm standing, Lake Michigan in the background, and between Lake Michigan and where I'm standing now is a beautiful place called Grant Park. I face the decision of my life. Will it be the bus kids, or will it be the rich people? My ministry was at stake. The future of First Baptist Church of Hammond was at stake. As I knelt, about right here, somewhere near this very spot, and I began to cry. I fell on my face, flat on my face, and I was crying. Will it be the bus kids or the rich people? Whom will I choose? I did not know that a crowd had gathered. Someone said about 400 people had gathered around this very place where I'm standing now. A policeman was there, watching me, looking down at me, though I did not know he was there. And I cried and I cried. And just about sun up, I jumped to my feet, looked across Grant Park to Lake Michigan, and about the very spot where I'm standing right now, I raised my hand to the sky and shouted, I'll take the bus kid! From that day to this, there's been a citadel of evangelism and soul winning in Hammond, Indiana. Hundreds of thousands of people have come saying yes to Christ. Hundreds of thousands and bus kids have come, been loved and cared for at the old church downtown, the First Baptist Church in Hammond. As long as I live, I'll be grateful to God. But on that morning, a young preacher, scared to death and new in the city of Chicago and in the Chicago area, decided he would take the bus kids. With all of my heart, all of my soul, I thank God that young preacher took the bus kids.